Good evening. It is HHN day. I'm so excited. Well, it's not HHN day. It's HHN prop hunting day. We're in my living room because it's decent-ish lighting here and I never film here, so I don't think I like it enough. But this is the outfit. I'm so happy with it. It used to be a shower curtain and now it's a wearable. I am a little bit disappointed that I wasn't able to get sleeves on this, but honestly, it works out. And I'm doing something different with my hair. Usually I wear berets because that's kind of my signature thing. But because I've been into floral collecting, this is inspiring me to get into it. This one actually lights up, but I don't have a reason to use it. I'm very, very happy with how this came out. This is just the regular vlog for me at this point, but I'm doing something completely different from what I normally do. A lot of changes are happening here, and I'm glad it's happening now because I am currently on a leave of absence from work, and there's just too much change happening in my life while I was at work. And now that I'm kind of like getting into a swing of things and like really knowing what I want to do with my life, it happens like every 2-3 years, unfortunately. Now we're going to go to Universal. I'll do a better like show and tell. Thanks for watching. Good morning. I just finished off another beret base. Very nice. It's not looking like I'm going to finish more because I'm kind of tired of making berets so rapidly. I don't know, man. It's just I want to do other things, but also, you know, I'm thinking about frogging this once again. I love the colors that I'm picking for it. I just don't think that this is necessarily what I want to do. I don't even know what I'm doing with this, to be honest. I want to make something. But what? I might just go back into my bamboo yarn real quick and then just work on that for a little bit before I start frogging this because I'm not committed to it yet. I did bring my yarn bag with me yesterday to Universal. I will say that yarn bag, it's a good yarn bag, but it's not a good multi-purpose use bag. It's supposed to be like a lunch bag, so you're only supposed to open it like maybe 2-3 times throughout the day. And if you have your water bottle in there, if you have your umbrella in there, if you have whatever in there to unzip and open and then zip back up is really frustrating. Very cute bag. It was my Celestial Park bag, by the way. The project I brought with me was the 2 pink and burgundy-ish color yarns, weight 4 yarns, that I was going to make into a sweater once I learned how to start decreasing, which I do know how to decrease now, so I might just go back and do it. But I was just planning on frogging it while I was there, so who knows. But we got this one. We might as well just start working on this. I'm going to wait on finishing these berets. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 berets that I need to finish off. 4 of them just need dots, and 3 of them just need spider webs. I have an 8th one, and it's just been sitting there staring at me, but that yarn no longer exists, so I'm kind of nervous to make anything out of it. Such is life, I suppose, but we'll go back into this one and then work on this for a little bit. Oh, you can my needles are sticking out the top. You can kind of see it. Oopsie doopsie, I'm probably breaking this. Good morning. I've been working on stuff for the past 2-3 days, but because my husband has been home, I haven't felt like talking. So I'm gonna rectify that kind of in a way now. Where do I even start? Let's start with this bag down here. While packing the box for Erie Knots, I only had 1 box, and it was a very big box, and I put Hamikuma in there and realized he's just going to slide around everywhere, so I had an idea to start making my plushes. I think I call it Moonlight Dreams. Basically, it's a moon with a cloud and then stars. I thought about it, and I realized I didn't have the yarn, but here's what I did anyways. I made 3 of these moons. They're kind of not shaped very well, but you know, that's something that comes with time when I start sewing everything together. So we have 3 of these guys. We also have 3 of these clouds. They've already been in here. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. This is why I don't do plushes. It takes me so long to get around and put them together. I do have chopsticks in here, so that I can like hold them down and then just sew them together. I could probably do that very soon. And then I also already had 2 of these stars done. This is acrylic yarn, but it's yarn that I can't really source. I don't know where I got this acrylic yarn. It's a weight 3 yarn. I think I got it over at Michael's, but Michael's no longer carries it. They seem to cater to the plushie making crowd, which is really unfortunate for me, but you know, it is what it is. So since we only had 2 of them, I knew that I didn't have any more of this yarn. That was one of the reasons why I haven't finished more of these. I made them out of this bamboo yarn, and I don't know how much you can tell the difference in colorway, but this is definitely darker. The issue is I don't think I can source a bamboo yarn that's closer to this color anywhere, because True Boo doesn't have a color that's this close. If anything, they have something darker. And then this one's loops and threads, so this is the closest we'll get to it. I have some yarn, like a lavender yarn, because the colors I use is like this light blue, a lavender, and yellow. I don't have any of those colors in my palette right now. The light blue and the light purple, lavender, whatever, I think I get them from True Boo. And because I don't have any right now, I'm sitting on this pile of unfinished project because Lord knows I'm not going to finish it if I don't like the colorways. So anyways, that's one thing that I worked on. I worked a little bit on this. I don't feel like pulling it out because it's just kind of a lot. I think I'm going to cast it off very, very soon because I looked it up. Bamboo yarn stretches quite a bit, and I'm not ready for that right now. I didn't do a gauge swatch. Maybe I could make a gauge swatch. I do have extra 3mm needles, so maybe I'll make a gauge swatch. But like, I have a feeling that I'm not going to like the fit. And it's really unfortunate because I really wanted this bamboo outfit to be done ASAP. And I've been working on it since like April or May. I can't remember. I've been working on it for a long time. And I'm really nervous that it's just not going to work out. I'll get around to it. Mentally, I'm just not ready to do it because my brain's saying, no, it's not going to work. Another thing we worked on, I'm going to skip one project because it's done, but I'm going to go to another project. So instead of frogging this, I've been working it up because I think I just want to make it into a bag. I think it'd be really cute as a little bag. There's a lot of extra space on it, so it's going to be a really big bag, I think. I don't know. It would be really nice as a top too. I could just start cinching it in. Like, here's the thing. I could use yarn to hold it in place and try it on and then just do a V, because like I do like the stripes and I really enjoy what I'm doing here. So maybe I just start putting it on like other needles and then doing it like a little try on. And if I like it, then I'll start working on V's. And if I don't, then I will figure something else out. So that's this. One more thing before I start working on... Oh, actually, so I have this... I don't know if I told you guys about it, but I have this finished white beret. I talked about it at the end of the last daily vlog or weekly vlog, and it was meant for this vlog. I just worked on stuff and just didn't update, which is my fault. I need to get better about that. But I finished this one, and because I finished it, I'm like, okay, this is going to be the bleeding tooth, whatever beret. And I started making little circles out of this big twist twinkle yarn, this deep red one. And then I started putting them on, and I'm like, it looks like pizza. Anytime you use red yarn for... Did I already tell you guys? I feel like I already told you. Anyways, anytime you use red yarn for berets, it looks like pizza. So we scrapped that. I'm going to figure something else out. And because of that, I remembered I had this in the pile. They don't make this yarn anymore, which is very unfortunate for me. But we had quite a bit of applique just sitting around, and maybe I could just go in and remake this because I feel bad that I didn't really talk about the process. But we finished the back. So this is a little applique pattern. This is just a circle, and these clouds, I don't remember where I got these applique patterns, any of them really. I have this one written down where I got it. Sorry, I literally just woke up, so my voice is just like, please stop talking. All right, the bat applique is from Golden Lucy Crafts. I've used it plenty of times, so at this point it should be memorized, but there's a lot to it. So there's this one, and then I still have this guy sitting around, so I think I should make like a little matching set and then get this like little strap. I think it'd be cute, but that's a future me thing. I did get a little bit more work done on this belt thing. This is gonna be just like a garland for my booth. I don't know if I'm gonna have it finished. Today is the 19th. I have the booth on the 25th. I need to finish up 3 spiderweb berets, and I need to finish up 2 more mushroom berets. I showed it in the last video. Or 3 more mushroom. No, 2 more mushroom berets. Sorry. I showed it in the last video. I did finish the toxic colorway for the mushroom berets. I don't think that one will sell, but I need a placeholder because I have placeholders for my other ones that don't move at all. And I'm okay that they don't move. At this point, I'm so okay that they don't move because then I have something to like put in the spot where I know the ones that will move need to go whenever I do my mock-up tables. Anyways, another thing. We got a package from Hirschner's, so we're going to do a little unboxing. Maybe I'll put this one on public. I don't know, but we got some new yarns and I'm going to try some of them out. I did have this idea when I woke up. Immediately I was like, I need to make coffins. Erie Knots makes coffins. Let me see if I can find it. She made this for me a few months ago, and she says she's going to try to come out with a pattern for free for other people to use. I think this is so cute, and because I've gotten better at knitting, I want to make a knit pattern kind of similar to this and then do my name on a banner. I don't remember why I brought that up. Oh yeah, because of the yarn that I have in here. I have some yarns in here that I want to try to make something out of. So I have the garland that I'm working on over here. I think I'm going to like have them hanging from there and have some bats hanging from there. It's a whole thought process that I'm not ready for, and I don't think it's going to be ready for this next coming up market, but I think it'll be ready for whenever I go to my markets out in October, because it's still just July and I have time. I know what I want. I think. I don't know. The spooky season is starting to ramp up and I might be biting off more than I can chew. So this is a thought I had. I need to hang this somewhere. I want to hang it and then put some pins on it, but I'm just far too lazy. So let me go ahead and break this open so I can show you guys what I want or what I bought, and then what the plans are for this, because maybe I do have plans. We're going to start off with my big twist yarn. I didn't stock up, but I bought more of this. I don't feel like putting stuff up on the shelf because there's just too much. But we got this because it was only $2.99. So everything that's big twist, well, at least the plain colorways, that's still on Hirschner's website is $2.99. And they had like a $1.75 or $1 something shipping. So I was like, I might as well just buy it because I know I'm going to use these colorways. So I bought this one. And then I also bought 2 of these purple ones because I can't buy this in a 12 pack from Michael's. The slime I can. For some reason I can't with this deep purple. So I bought 2 of these knowing that I'm going to make more berets out of them. I might make a spider web using the purple and the lime green because that one sold almost immediately. It sold, well, once I ran out of the normal spider web, because this was at my first market, Wicked Wilds. Once I sold out of the normal colorways, this one sold instantly after that. So I want to keep purple, like deep purple berets with lime green something. I think I have a slime drip one, and I'm hoping that those move at Goblin Market. I don't know. I brought them to a market down in Fort Myers, and maybe it's just a different crowd, but they weren't really about my berets, except for the spiderweb ones. That's my tried and true. So we're going to put this in my pile of it's not junk. It's just, it's a pile of stuff. I'm trying not to buy any more yarn, but when you see a deal, you see a deal. I also restocked on more of this. I think one skein of this Lion brand makes 3 Spiderweb Berets. I can't remember what it is, but one skein works for quite a few Spiderweb Berets. This is the glow in the dark yarn from Lion brand that I use for the spiderwebs. I literally just said that, but it's glow in the dark, and I love being able to say, yeah, it glows in the dark. So I had to restock on this because I only had one in like a quarter skein left. Also, I want to mention this bag smells good. I don't know what they did, but it doesn't smell like a warehouse. It kind of smells florally or fruity. kind of happy with that. Ooh, they already have Christmas stuff. I think they're more Christmassy people than anything. I'm going to take a look at this to see if there's anything that I'm interested in. Probably not. I stalk their website pretty much weekly. At least once a month I look at their website, and there's nothing new for Halloween except for like AI generated dang old diamond paintings. Sorry, sometimes my southern accent comes out. Oh, but this is cute. This little guy right here. That's cute. But I'm not into cross stitch. I'm terrified that I'm going to mess something up. This is a good time to remind y'all how good we had it when Joanne was around. One thing I really, really miss is being able to go to Joanne and look at the new fabrics they have for Halloween and then just get inspired simply from the fabrics. We do not have a place like that anymore. I have a couple sewing locations near me, but I'm going to be so honest. Most of the sewing places cater to more homebody. I mean, I'm a homebody. Like, don't get me wrong. I love being home, but more like traditional values people. I wouldn't say completely trad wife people, but it kind of feels that way. And a lot of times I'll go in and look for Halloween and it's just like licensed characters, and oh my god, that's very, very disappointing. Another thing we lost is Hobie. I'm not saying that Hobie is the biggest loss we've had because there's definitely more online yarn stores. Here's the thing with Hobie, like their CEO did mention that they're a AI first company, and I would argue that a lot of the companies we purchase yarn from, like Michaels, are also AI first. I mean, have you ever been in a Michaels? Like every single time they do new decor, everybody's like, oh my god, it's so cute. And it's like, it's literally AI. You can just, I'm not advocating for you to generate it yourself, but literally you can just generate it yourself. And okay, let me just tell you about how bad it is. I'm a fabric shopper for Halloween. Like once bed sheets and tablecloths make it out to the stores during the Halloween time, I go fabric shopping because we no longer have Joanne. And I will say quite a few of the tablecloths I've seen at places like Home Goods have been AI images just plastered on there, and it's really, really disappointing. So like, it's hard. At least I'm not stepping foot in Hobby Lobby. I'll burn, first of all, and second of all, I am not supporting a company that will actively send my friends to a camp and try to shock therapy them to being straight. Like, people are born this way. You're intolerant, and your intolerance makes me refuse to shop with you. I know Hobie has their new yarns in stock, their Halloween yarns in stock. Luckily for me, I'm not like super tempted by it, but I am more tempted by their yarns than any of the other big yarn shops that I'm seeing online, because they actually are doing Halloween, and it's really frustrating. I don't necessarily want to support them, but also I really, really miss that energy I got whenever I bought like a Halloween specific fabric or yarn. Joanne used to do a good job at it too. They would release yarns for Halloween as well. I don't understand why Michaels can't do it, because they are putting Halloween out on shelves in June. Like, I love Halloween, don't get me wrong. I'm wearing a Halloween shirt and I have it tattooed on me right here. But like, what's going on in these stores is really frustrating to see. And like, I am a Halloween shopper, so I'm kind of a hypocrite here. But like, it's just disappointing when all the crafting tools are just home decor and not actual like yarn stuff like that you can really build up on. Anyways, let me stop diatribing here and get back to this yarn haul. These next three are yarns that I want to try and see how they differ from Big Twist Twinkle, because if I know anything about Michaels, they buy stuff to let it die. Like the fabric section, it's such a disappointment looking at Michael's fabric section because nothing changes except for the licensed fabric. Ugh. Anyways, starting off, we have this pink one. It's already different in the fact that it's not like a bluish sparkle in it. You can kind of see it's a dark pink sparkle, and I'm really excited to start working with this. It is much smaller than the Big Twist Twinkle. Its weight for this one's called Blush Eclipse, and it's also only 196 yards, which a little bit disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe they'll make bigger ones depending on the demand. Next, we've got this guy. Oh, I do love the way this sparkles. I'm probably going to use this one very, very soon. This one is called Imperial Glow. I love the name too, and I think that's the reason why I picked it up. It's soft. I think it's softer than the initial touch for the Big Twist Twinkle. I'm really liking that they colored the fabric, whatever that is. I'm really glad that they did that because that's one of the reasons why I don't buy their sparkle yarns, is because the thread inside, the sparkle thread, the tinsel, that's what it's called, it's usually just silver, and I'm not the biggest fan of just silver being the twinkle in there. I do have some of their other sparkle yarn, but I don't feel like grabbing anything right now. I'll do a whole review later. And then last but not least, we've got this. This one's called Moonvine. I was immediately intrigued by their name. And this one's also like a green tinsel on the inside, which is very, very pretty. And I don't know what I want to do with this one quite yet, but it's so exciting that I have these yarns. Oh, these two together, actually. I might actually make something out of these two together, because I love purple and green together. The older I get, the more I want purple and green together. So I'm going to put this over here for now. I'm going to work on other projects until I feel ready to talk about how these go. And then I'll put that in a video together, all wrapped up like a little gift box. Let me figure out what I want to do. Before I start moving on to other projects, I figured I'd at least get the little dots done for the mushroom berets. So we've got all of them. There's 4 of the 1 round, 3 of the 2 rounds, and 2 of the 3 rounds. I know that doesn't make sense, but I know what I mean in my brain. So I'm going to put these to the side. Tomorrow I have to bring my sister-in-law to her appointment. So that being said, I'm going to bring these with me so I can sew it in there. And I'm going to bring along the Spiderweb Beret so I can sew or work on those. And then I'll probably bring some extra yarn so that once I'm done sewing, because I don't think that that's going to take like 2 hours to do, an hour and a half rather. I'll bring probably more black yarn, the Spiderweb Beret yarn, just because like that one's easier to work up. Well, it's not easier. That one sells better than purple. And plus, it's easier for me to think, or not think, rather. I just kind of turn something on. I bring y'all with, not y'all, I bring this camera, this phone with me, and I just set it up, and I start watching YouTube, and then bring my water with me, and all that jazz. I have a whole setup for every time I bring my sister-in-law. So now that this is done, I'm going to pack this away. Oh, I don't know what I want to do now. I still have that idea of doing the garland, so I might just start working on making the garland real quick, or at least a coffin shape for the garland, and then we'll go from there. Before I get too far, I've cast on 25 stitches, and I'm going to go, I don't know how wide I want to go, but I think I want to go maybe 10, 15 rows before I start decreasing the coffin. This is going to be very big, and I thought I was going to use it for my tapestry or for my garland, But at this point, I kind of just want to make a purse. So that's where we're at right now. I'll get back to you ASAP. We're at 25 rows, and I think that I want to start decreasing now. I can't really show you the other side, but it's going to be a pretty big bag. Now that I'm like really looking at it, it's probably going to end up like being this big, which is fine. Like, honestly, I don't mind too much because I have a lot of junk. And if anything, I can really like start adding patches to this. I want to get in contact with a patch maker local to me, and we can like trade art or something. I would love to team up with an embroiderer, patch maker, somebody, because I don't have an embroidery machine. And even if I did have an embroidery machine, I don't think that my drawing skills or pixel skills are good enough to make something neat that I want. I'm just going to be disappointed. And plus, I don't need to pick up any more hobbies. Dear God, can I stop picking up hobbies? Anyways, we're at this point, like I said, we're going to start angling down. I think what I'm seeing here is there's no flat row. So she just started angling down. Let me double check real quick. I don't know. So I'm just going to start working on it. If it doesn't work out, it is what it is, but I think that this is a product that I can do. It is a little bit drapey, so I'm going to have to line it with some fabric, but that's fine. I have plenty of fabric. It's not cute fabric, but it's fabric nonetheless. And some of it I really, really need to get rid of. I have like this heart fabric. I could dye it, but I just don't want to waste my dye on something that I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not. And then also I kind of want to like make pockets for it, or even like add this here. Nah, I don't think so. I know for sure I kind of want to do like a cross detail in here. It's a pastel goth thing. I'm going to do pastel goth stuff. Come on. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to add lace once I get around to it. And then I think it's just going to make it a sling bag or like a messenger bag style. I loved messenger bags as a kid, so that's where I'm headed. All right, no more talking. Let's get this working. Oh, also, before I stop talking about this needle, because it's so cold in my house, 72 degrees is freezing to me. I grew up in a household where we didn't turn on the AC in the spring sometimes, so our house would constantly be in like the mid 80s. It's freezing in here, so this is very, very cold on my skin. Luckily, this is long enough where I can start warming my hand up on this, but I had to grab coffee, and I already had an energy drink, so we're wired today. Not gonna lie, kind of hating how it's decreasing. Like, one side is fine. It's okay. Because it's like, but this side, for some reason, it just looks janky. So I think I'm going to frog this. It is what it is. Maybe I'll just make a wallet instead. That might be better, because the purse idea is a little bit too big. Good morning, internet. I just finished getting ready to go pick my sister-in-law up so that we can go take her to her appointment. Today is Monday, where I normally post my crafting and listen to music videos. However, I don't have the music portion recorded yet, so this is going to be a late upload, which honestly, at this point, if you expect me to be consistent, probably not a good idea. So anyways, I do want to update you guys on some things I've been working on. First of all, I'm wearing this bow that I finished, and I hate this shade of orange. I really, really do, but it's what I have right now, and I knew I didn't like it, but I didn't see the big twist version. I think in the future I will probably purchase from Lion Brand. I'm going to use orange more often, most likely. Halloween is when I get most of my markets or views. Like, I can already tell that things are getting better. And I think one of the reasons why I have a huge slump between the March to June time period is because, like, my aesthetic isn't really, like, popular. In general, it's not popular, but it's really not popular in the springtime. Outside of that, I have a couple more things. Oh, I do need to record real quick myself doing the knitting portion again, because I do have a video of me knitting in the orange, but the issue is I used a song on it that I'm not going to be using for the actual showing off portion. So I got to re-record myself doing the knitting portion, which isn't the biggest deal. I don't know how well it's going to do. I'm just going to start it and then I'll probably frog it because I don't know if it's going to do well at all or not. And then I forgot to get a video of the spider web, so I'm probably going to hold off on this video for a little bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm in my Halloween mood right now, mostly because I was kind of doing like a makeup test for Goblin Market to see if I wanted to go with these darker colors. And I like these darker colors, but the outfit I'm wearing are more of these like bright orange colors, so I'm probably going to go with a brighter orange for Goblin Market. Oh yeah, there was another thing. Because I've been wanting like a bamboo cover up or like a, what is it called? A shawl? Not a shawl. A bolero or shrug. More likely a bolero. I have been working on this basket lace pattern. I don't know. Was it called basket lace? Hold on, let me look it up. It's called Lacy Skylight Crochet Stitch from Abhar. I'll put the photo right here. And I've been working on that since last night, and I'm really enjoying the stitch. I finally kind of gotten an idea and can kind of remember it. The pattern is pretty easy. It's just remembering what to do and not having to constantly look at the screen. But I'm doing them in little squares because I remember liking, well, I don't remember liking. I don't like granny or squares. I like what the textures look like when you're doing like the square in one color and then you're sewing it up using a single crochet in a different colorway. So here's one square. Very pretty, right? I'm working on another square right here. So what I did to like kind of really get the feel of what I want to do is I measured from here to here kind of when I did the foundation single crochet, and it's in patterns of 10 or repeats of 10, but you also need to have 3 in the beginning so that you end with the 3 ending stitches, if that makes sense. I did about halfway in, and that made 30, and then I added the 3, so 33, and then I kind of just like went with, well, this isn't the finished one. I went with the how long I wanted it, kind of. This is going to stretch out. The more I work with bamboo, the more I understand bamboo is not going to be small forever, so I'm not really looking forward to it. It's nice and tight right now, but once it's worn a couple times, it's going to be nice and loose. It feels great. Like, honestly, it feels not like bamboo at all. The drape is almost non-existent compared to other bamboo projects I've worked on. With this, I plan on doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 4 around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going all the way down. That is the goal of this entire project. I don't know how long it's going to take, but about 1, 2, maybe just 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. Yes, 12. 3 times 4 is 12. So that's, am I right? Yes, it is. Sorry, my math is just like, I can't math. I'm really bad at math. But that's the end goal for this, and I can't wait to get this done. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it before Tuesday. I probably could. I do get kind of overwhelmed, not overwhelmed, but like sensory issues when I work with bamboo too long. I don't know what it is about bamboo, but this is how much yarn I have left on this skein. Very, very little. And then I think I have 2 full skeins left up in my stash. And then what I'm planning on doing is, because I already pulled this yarn out thinking that I was going to put it on here, and I couldn't figure it out, I'm going to use this as the binding piece, and hopefully I'll have enough of this. If I don't, then it's more reason to order from Lion Brand. I am a big fan of Lion Brand yarns in general, so if that's the case, I'll probably end up buying more bamboo yarn. I'll probably buy more acrylic yarn, and probably cotton yarn, because I want to get more into cottons. I'm kind of tired of acrylic yarns, to be honest. There's some cases where acrylic is great, like for the berets, but like for general wear garments, I don't like it. So I'm trying to like slowly go through my stash. And I know I just bought a bunch more acrylic yarns, but like I just wanted to try it out to see if it's something I would like for my berets, which at this point I don't think so yet. I like using them for like decorative pieces as well, so maybe I'll do something like that, or for like winter wear, which I'm going to need more winter wear in the future. I'm probably going to want to get into like wools in the once I move up to Oregon. Maybe, I don't know. Acrylics are pretty cheap, and that's why I like working with acrylic, is because like I can afford it. But once I get more in tune with fashion, especially with fiber arts, then I think I'm going to be able to upgrade my tools, my notions and all that. Unfortunately, I don't have that option with sewing because I can only afford bed sheets, and I don't think that my mental health will let me do sewing for the rest of my life when it comes to making fashion. Now that I've blabbed on long enough, I'm gonna start heading out. And I guess I could show you guys everything I've packed for this trip out with my sister-in-law. Quick run through because I really don't want to pull everything out. We have this packed for another beret, and then down here we have all the little circles for my mushroom, and I have my 4mm hook or 4.5mm hook, I believe. And this is for making more berets and making the spider webs. And then, you know, my stitch markers. And down here I have all these berets. There's 3, I think, spider web and 2, what is this one? Mushrooms. I honestly might just grab another bag because this is like popping out so full. We have my Evie Halloween bag. My sister-in-law got this for me. It's one of my yarn bags, but not a yarn bag that I use very often because it's hard. But we have 2 mushroom bases and then 3 spiderweb bases. I'm just going to put these ones in here. I'm just going to I don't know. This is a lot. And then that way we have a lot of free space in here because we have 1 full skein of this, and then we have less of another skein. And then I also have some glow in the dark yarn in here because I need it for the spider webs. And then we have my scissors, and then we have my stitch markers, which I need to put back in here. Oh, and then a circle that fell out. So this is my yarn bag for today for going out and taking my sister-in-law to her appointment. I'm gonna go record that one video real quick of me doing a little bit of, well, I don't have to. I could wait. I have a little bit of time though. I might as well just do it now. Good morning. I did not finish my bamboo, whatever this was. It's definitely going to take a lot more time and yarn to have had finished it by today. I just didn't realize what day it was when I said that I tried to finish it by Tuesday. Silly me for thinking that I wasn't time blind for once. But what I have finished, sorry, my dogs put their toy down here. Sometimes we'll go to arcades and play the claw games. And like whatever we win from the claw games, we'll just give to the dogs because it's cheaper to do that than go to like PetSmart or whatever. That's just the name of the game, I guess. Plus, we get more instant enjoyment that way. But I did finish this hat. My dog's barking at me. And then I also finished this guy, this little side pouch. I've been meaning to have it done like months ago. I don't even remember when I started it. I don't think I put it in my description boxes for anything. That's how long ago it was, because I started putting description boxes for every week that I work on something about like what I was working on so that I can eventually go back and edit those videos. It's fine. It's okay. Oh, I also worked on this last night. So this was a floral arrangement thing I had. Let me just bring you to that room real quick. All right, we're in the main room. So I have like a bundle of florals. They're all like purple-ish because purple is one of my favorite colors. If you can't tell, I'm wearing a bunch of purple. And then I got purple right there. Anyways, I've had like these leaves since last year, really. And I think these ones are from Dollar Store or something. But I've had these. And then what is this one? This one is from one of my newer garlands. This guy right here. And I was thinking about maybe making like a hair bow or something. But honestly, I'm kind of tired of making bows. So I just glued it all together. I took one of these flowers and like, so I didn't know this until like last night, really. You can just pluck them right off. This whole entire time, I've been like cutting them off when I really didn't have to do all that work. So that's what I've learned. This still has like a little bit of a stem, but like because it's on a bow and it's kind of raised, it's not that bad. But still, my hair is all over the place. I guess I could work on some stuff. Well, I didn't put out my video yesterday for music, so I'm gonna do that, or at least work on it, because like I struggle to do stuff around the house when my husband's home because I just want to hang out with him because we never have time off with each other. He's back on 6 days again next week, and it's one of the reasons why I needed this extended break from work because I couldn't stand like the changes that were going on in my life and the changes that were going on at work, and then not being able to see my husband on top of that. Like I'm super dependent on him, and I hate to say it, but like unfortunately, I need somebody who can like motivate me because I didn't have that growing up. Anyways, I'm going to go back to the main room or to the computer room and start working on that. And then we'll go to Universal today for more HHN update stuff. I'm probably not bringing y'all along because I'm not ready to bring you guys along yet. What I'll probably do is do like a checking in day and maybe opening day. It really depends on my mood. I know when we went to Epic Universe, I did start fizzle out towards the end of the night. And I was like, I don't want to record anymore. I don't want to talk anymore. So there's probably going to be a lot of like silence in there where I just record and just don't talk. And I'm okay with that. And I hope y'all are too. Let me go get that work done and then go to Universal. Good morning. I look like a mess, but I'm not willing to change that because I don't want to. We have this pile over here, which means it's time to start getting things priced and ready for market. Oh, I need to go get my lint roller. Hold on, let me go do that before I forget. I need to get one for this room. I'm almost out. Oh my god, toppling over. Anyways, we're back in the sewing. Well, this is not the sewing room. This is, God, everything's falling. This is the computer room that I also happen to do all my fiber arts in. Gosh, to do all this paperwork, I guess it's not really. Oh, you know what? I need to make a spreadsheet. Let me open up Canva real quick. I'm going to do this the easy way. I struggle to keep everything organized. Usually I have a helper. Last market I did, I had my mother-in-law, but she helped me drive down there, and it was like mostly myself. And it was a real like, hey, you're not good at keeping notes memo for myself. So I need to do something to make it easier for myself. So I'm going to type out everything that I have. And I'm also going to start putting them in their bags or in a bag. I need to get bigger bags probably, but we have this big bag. I think I have a big bag somewhere else too. I have another big bag full of stuff that I normally would bring to market, but that's like clothing and all that. And I do not have space for all of that jazz. So I'm not going to painstakingly go through each and every single item I have because you'll see the table when we get to the market of everything that I brought with me. And I'll kind of probably talk through them because that's just who I am. I really don't want to edit all that too. So yeah, let me get started and I will regather with you anytime I have a thought. I forgot to tell you guys, but I finished sewing in and whatever I did, crocheting all of the Spiderweb Berets that I had planned. I did start yesterday a new Spiderweb Beret while we were out and about. We went to Universal. I haven't posted any videos from that because I just was way too tired. It was really hot. I was overstimulated. My contact kept on like bothering me. Something got in it, and then it was probably glitter, to be honest. And there's a lot happened. Forgot my umbrella too, and I was just not having a good time. So afterwards, we went over to H Mart, and because there's no service in the H Mart, I just whipped out my crochet bag and just worked on a little bit of beret. We got like 8 rows done, I think, starting from the beginning all the way to that row. So that's pretty impressive work, I would say. But yeah, we got 3, and then the few that we already had. So I'm going to be stacked with this. I am going to continue working on these until, well, I'm going to continue working on them in general because people like it. So gotta tag these. I guess I can show you guys the process of that. Give me 1 second. Oh, hold on. I gotta pause my live stream, whatever I'm watching. I'm watching a bunch of HHN stuff. I'm so excited for HHN, y'all. To put price tags on everything, I normally take one of my business cards because this is my old style and I'm going to make a new style eventually, but the back is empty And I'm going to keep it that way for the future because I don't know, it's cheaper by at least 20 bucks. And then on top of that, like I usually use the back for a price tag and then I write the title of the stuff. The only reason why I want to change this is because I have my Etsy and my Ko-fi right here, where I think in the future I kind of want to just like put my Etsy, or maybe I could do like a link tree or something, and then I could put my Insta or something on this side or something. I don't know yet because I don't want to put my Ko-fi on here actually. I think I might just put my Etsy and then I'll put my Insta here because I use my Insta more frequently and then Etsy is where I just list stuff as of now. Until I get more well versed with the internet, I kind of want to make a GeoCities site. Is it GeoCities or is it NeoCities now? I don't know. But I want to make a site for my stuff and eventually start selling from there. I should have kind of like taken care of some of that this month while I was on a leave of absence, but like also my brain was just thinking about not thinking about work. So anyways, we use this heart hole puncher. Is it the heart one? No, it's the star hole puncher. And I kind of just hole punch the corner of it. That one like so. And then I take this crochet thread and I cut a little bit, some scissors right here. Oh my god, there's stuff everywhere. Like that. And then, so this hat needs one. How do I do this? I kind of like put it on the edge. Ooh, this one needs a better cut. Hold on. This is the time too. That's why I have my lint roller. When I was finishing this up and doing the little spider web, adding it on, I tried to pick off all the dog hair as I saw it on here. But, you know, you can't really catch everything. So this is why I have my lint roller here. And then once I put it in the bag, it shouldn't catch any hair. But I do have hairy dogs. And I have a hairy head too. So now that that's cleaned off, I take one of my crochet hooks. And then I find like a little corner. And I take the crochet thread. I pull it through. And then, oh, I should have written on it. Well, these are 40 bucks, so I'm going to write those, and then, yeah, basically I just showed you guys everything. I put this on and I tie it off, so gotta find my pen now. I don't know if I told you all this, but I was also able to finish 3 mushroom berets. A little disappointed because I had a 4th one slated, but the white with red doesn't, like white base with red dots, just looks like pizza, and I just couldn't do it. So we got these 3. I'll probably, well, I know I'm going to make a lot more because this one's pretty popular at my booth and it's going to be fall. Mushrooms are a very fall thing. Amanita mushrooms are just the most recognizable. This one, I think there are mushrooms that kind of look like this, but I don't know what their names are. The only mushrooms I really know the names are like eating mushrooms. So like enoki and king oyster and all that. So yeah, these ones are ready to get prepped for the market too. We've got the majority of it all tagged, and I did a new thing where I like rolled up the bandanas and stuffed them in so that there's more space at the top. I mean, granted, this is only a 6-foot table, so I'm not going to have as much stuff in general, but it seems to already work much better, so this is great. I also pulled out the yarns I'm willing to trade. Some of them, I need to go through them because I'm not willing to trade these two, but there's like all of these on top. I don't want this yarn in my inventory, so we're going to bring this and then work through that. We also still have this pile, the bows, the small miscellaneous things I need to go through. I'm not going to individually tag all of them, but most of them are getting tags. I'm starting on the Halcyon bows first because it was on top. And this one I had priced at 25. I thought about it and then I marked it down to 20 because I'm like, I personally probably wouldn't pay 25 bucks for one of these bows. I did sell one at 25. I kind of feel bad about it, but they bought it. I know this definitely took me over an hour and a half to make, but I'm kind of the type that like, if it's smaller, I'm going to charge less. Whereas my bigger pieces, that's where the money maker is going to be, if that makes sense. It's not really a money maker, let me be honest with you, but it's one of those like, I want to price it low enough where people are like, okay, yeah, I'll pay it. But like clothing obviously takes so much more work. And I'd rather focus my higher price items on the actual garments because that stuff, like, it's not that I don't want to make them. It's just the fact that it takes me so much longer that I don't finish making them within like the day or week. Definitely not the day. but the week that I want to do it, like I'll slowly, like I have one defrosting skelly shrug that I've been working on for a month now, and I'm still just on one of those sleeves. Like I think I have the two bodice pieces, and this is the extra small. So I've been working on it for a while. But either way, this is lower priced. I have quite a few things that I'm bringing that are going to be lower priced. Also, I have this bag over here. This is my extras bag. I might finish these, the lemon ones, if I like have the brain strength to do it. Because all I need to do is crochet the leaves and sew that all together. There's sounds going on in the house, so I'm gonna let my husband figure that out. These ones are new to me, so I'm gonna say that these are gonna be 25 because the stuffing in there, and then because I had to do all the sewing. And I think I have another one for, yeah, the Melty Love Bows. These ones are 25. I don't think they're significantly less work than this one, but it's definitely more work than the Spiderweb bow. Oh, I didn't even show you guys. These ones are new for my table too. These ones are knit. So are the strawberry ones. But this one I just glued something on using E6000. Whereas with the Halcyon bow, I only like sew down some of the wings. That one like takes no work. The Halcyon or the Spiderweb bows take no work. But these ones took a lot of sewing. So that's why I have them priced at 25. And I'm not really expecting these ones to sell, to be honest. They match a bow that, or a beret that I have. This one matches a beret I have as well, but I'm not bringing that beret with me. By the way, because I'm watching a bunch of HHN content and everybody's talking about the Express Pass change, I just want to say my thoughts on it. And I know it's beating a dead horse, but my thoughts are this is a great change, especially for people who only have single day tickets and the Express Pass, because now there's going to be less people in the Express Pass. So it's especially beneficial for those guests. As a local who's never been able to afford the Express Pass, let me rephrase. I could have afforded the Express Pass plenty of years, but I choose not to because I go every single week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. I get the second to lowest tier pass because I don't want to go on Saturdays. Are you kidding me? I'm not going on a Saturday. And then on top of that, like my days off are weekdays. So the Frequent Fear Pass, not the Rush of Fear, which is just August, that's not enough time. The Frequent Fear Pass is my time to go. I've just never been interested in Express Pass because I personally just enjoy the ambience of the streetmosphere and I enjoy the food. The queues, yeah, they get really, really, really long. But to me, the only people that are complaining about the Express Pass going away are people who have always done Express Passes. So first of all, this is kind of like a class war issue, and I know it's a little bit serious to say it that way, and it's not that deep, but to me, it kind of feels that deep. And then on top of that, a lot of people are like, oh, this is a money grab. Do you realize that we're in a recession? Do you realize that most normal people who are not content creators are not going to be purchasing the single day Express Pass tickets like most people think? I know they're discussing Express Plus, and I don't know what that entails, but a lot of people are saying something along the lines of it being like the lightning lane over at Disney where you pay like $15 for one specific house or something, which ultimately will be cheaper in the long run, and you really get to do the house that you really want to do if that's the case. However, I just don't believe that it's as bad as everybody who has had Express Pass for the past few years realize. And I think there was a large HHN content creator who mentioned this, but most people who are buying up those Express Pass with their HHN bundle tickets aren't going for the whole entire year. Most of us that do buy these tickets aren't going just for the houses. You'll see the same people over and over again in the Express Pass if you go every single week like I do, sometimes twice or 3 times a week, depending on the week. You'll see those same people in the Express Pass every single year. If you take those people away in the October months, which this large creator did mention that most of them aren't making it that long, if you take them away from that queue and open that up to guests who only are there for the week or only are there for the day, you're freeing up a lot of space. At times, there were queues that would just get further and further and further, like regular standby queues that would just get longer and longer because they had to allow 100 people in the Express Pass queue in before they let anybody in standby in. So that's kind of like what people aren't realizing is that if there's less people in the express pass, that means standby will be able to get going more frequently. And if you're an Orlando local, you're not going to be doing HHN in October unless you're one of us people who like to go every single week. And I will say, because I'm going to be extremely busy this October, I have my vacation, I have 3 markets, I'm less likely to go. I'll probably go on Wednesday nights just because that's the day off that my husband and I have. And then Sunday nights just because, I don't know, it's kind of fun just to go after work sometimes. It's not as bad as people are thinking. And somebody mentioned go watch the Shapeland video. And while I agree, I don't agree with that person's point of view where they think it's going to be worse. The Shapeland video, if you're in the theme park atmosphere, is from Defunct Land, and he talks about how the queue, like testing queues, has always kind of been a thing at Animal Kingdom. It's a big, long documentary, and I really highly suggest it. But you'll see like how they test out the queues and why this works here and it doesn't work there, you know? And this isn't a good solution, like the best solution in the world, because there's still going to be problems, of course. And a lot of people are like, well, if they got rid of just all express pass, then it would be fine. And it's like, this is specifically for those guests who are not local. As somebody who has worked in the theme park industry since 2011, understand that locals are not spending money. We do not spend money in the parks. So when people come down here, they're already thinking about spending money. They're going to be the ones buying the single night express passes. However, we are in a recession, and because of that recession, people are less likely to buy the single night express passes. It's just so frustrating to see how people are so angry about it, especially the constant express people. If it were just us who would never talk about doing express, because like one of my favorite things about HHN, obviously the scare zones. I spend so much time in the scare zones. I sit there and I watch the scare actors. I get to really get into the atmosphere. I get to eat food. That's another thing. A lot of people aren't realizing that the express passes, like being taken away from us locals, is going to generate more revenue for the parks because we're more likely to spend money. So I'm really hoping to mitigate that. They do add more food because HHN is a food event as well. And I loved being able to see it in action when it started becoming a food event. I love food events. I'm so excited to see what foods they have this year. That's my favorite part. But because so many people aren't going to want to stand in the queue, it's going to get revenue there. It is a money grabbing thing, but not in the way that people think. People aren't going to individually buy single night express passes. They did do a new thing this year to help mitigate as well by allowing 2 p.m. entrance for early entry. And there's a lot of people are like, I don't want to be here at 2 p.m. when it's so bright in the morning. And it's like, well, that's not for you then. It's for the out-of-state guests. And I think too many of the locals are just really selfish about this and not thinking about the out-of-state guests who will only be able to be down here maybe max a month if they're from the UK for some reason. But usually it's only a few days in Universal because most people that are coming down here are doing one day at Universal, one day at HHN, one day at Disney, one day at SeaWorld, what have you. The complaints I keep on hearing are really frustrating, but anyways, I'm off of my diatribe. I'm going to continue working on these little dangles. Because I just went on that diatribe, I decided to just go ahead and relist my last vlog, and I'm going to continue listing my vlogs. I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably making another channel for my more organized stuff. At this point, I kind of feel comfortable with what I have right now. And like, I just get too personal sometimes. But to be fair, the only times I really get personal is when I'm starting to get depressed. And maybe those ones I'll put on unlisted in the future because like I'm still going to want to talk. And like also because I've been home more often, well, because I had that leave of absence, I've been talking a lot more and my vlogs are getting really long. And I think that's another reason why I really didn't want to list my vlogs. But now I'm like I'm starting to get back into the flow of things and I'm going to start doing more organized. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that being updated, I did make a post about it, so hopefully y'all see the post. And sorry that I confused any of you guys. If you know anything about being ADHD, we change our mind all the time. I used to call it commitment issues, And part of it was like relationship issues, but most of it is just in general, I have commitment issues. Like me doing these markets, I'm surprised I ever made it this far. I'm really nervous about October because I have so many markets, but at this point, I've already spent money. So, I'm kind of committed. Going back to the HHN rant, because that's what got me to change my mind. I know change is hard. As an autistic person, change is very, very hard. And I understand why people are so upset about this change. But I think this is a good change. Like, honestly and truly, this is a good change. Change does need to happen. This event is not the same event it was when I started going in 2017. So, we just got to go with the growing pains. This event's just going to get bigger. And I think personally that the HHN event is a little bit too big for its britches. I think it could definitely expand. I would love to see it over at Epic Universe, but that's not going to happen. There's no space for that. I think Central Park's large, but it's not large enough for HHN. I don't know if they'll actually push it over to the IOA side. They are doing that construction over there. I don't know if y'all remember. Maybe I only know this because I'm a Florida native, but during Grad Bash and all that, they have a little walkway between Universal and Islands of Adventure that they use so that people aren't going out to City Walk. So they're all minors. Of course, they're going to do that. Usually it's for seniors at high school. So a lot of them are 18, but still, like, it's a better way to keep the crowds in. But they have that walkway, and it's between, I want to say it's between Seuss Landing and somewhere else backstage. And I don't remember where else backstage it is at the Universal side. But with the new construction that they're doing, there is also a walkway between, because like I used to be a team member back in the day. I've been in the theme park industry since 2011. So there is a walkway between Universal and the Poseidon's Fury area. It's no longer Poseidon's Fury. It's not even Poseidon's Fury that the walkway is, but there is that walkway area. And I'm sure because of all the construction that's going on, they will keep that in mind. Having the walkway between Universal and Seuss Landing is a hard one to do. I'm sure there was licensing issues, and that's one of the reasons why they will no longer go over to IOA. And then back then it wasn't like a large enough event. Now that it's a large event and more people keep on coming and more people get hyperfixated with this event, I think if they move the walkway or have the walkway between Universal and IOA in the old Poseidon's Fury area, Lost Continent, that's what it's called, sorry, in the old Lost Continent area, it will be a lot more successful. There are rumors that it's going to be a Nintendo Land, but like, okay, let's be honest here. If they could do like Universal Japan Nintendo Land where they get like Gengar and Spooky Pikachu, that'd be really, really cute. But we're not sure. There is speculation that there's going to be a Pokemon Snap ride, but this is all like speculation. So please do not take my word on this. I am not the end all be all for this answer, but I know for sure that going over through the Seuss Landing area was jarring because you can't do anything over there because it is a kid friendly. There's no alcohol in Seuss Landing, if that tells you anything about that area. The Lost Continent area is right outside of Hogsmeade, and Hogsmeade could probably do the Death Eater thing as well. I don't know. I don't know enough about Harry Potter to give you that answer or say anything about that. It's not a thing that I'm interested to learn more about. But after that is the Jurassic Park area. So maybe, hard maybe, that there's going to be an opportunity for them to expand HHN over to IOA again. I never got that high up in ranks with any of the theme parks. I'm just like a peasant. But I do know people talk, and I do know people who have talked. And at this point, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I've already seen the inside of some of the houses. So I already knew some of these houses were coming like weeks ago because I have friends, like I'm in the community. So it's going to be so sad when I move out of this state because I do really, really, really love HHN. And the plan is in the future, whenever we move out of the state, is to keep on continuing to come on Premium Scream Night and then do 2 nights afterwards. So Premium Screen Night, if they continue doing the 2 p.m. opening thing, we'll get our food fill. And then that way, the next 2 nights, we just get to enjoy the scare zones. That's kind of the thought process. And because we'll be on the West Coast, we'll be able to go down to Not Scary, and we'll be able to do HHN over there. I know it's not the same. I've been to HHN over there. It's definitely different, but they have Nintendo Land in their Universal. So I think it's kind of a win. Anyways, this is another new thing that I have. These are my Destiny Bond bandana zines, and I do want to continue making these in the future. I do have more paper that I can cut out, or cardboard that I can cut out and make more of. I just want to test them out at Goblin Market, and if they do well enough, then I'll make a lot more for future. But if not, then that's also okay. I haven't posted it online yet for free. I have sent one over to Erie Knots, and she's supposed to be getting it tomorrow, but I'm not sure because, there's a lot going on with everything in the world. So maybe it'll get there, but I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow, maybe, and then make it a big announcement. Not sure. But this is exciting, isn't it? I forgot to mention, I'm pricing these at $5 each. It definitely took more work than $5, but also I'm the type of person that's like, I want to share my love of this craft, and this is an easy way to share my love of this craft. It is a free pattern online. Once I post it online, I will continue making more zines that I think are $5. And plus, it's so grungy. It's not professional. There's not much work to it. I mean, there is a lot of work to it. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of paper cutting, which I might just cut out papers preemptively just so I have them. That might be what I do. And then I'll just eventually get on to putting more stuff out at my markets. We'll see. This one is new for this market. I'm doing singles now for candy, and it's mostly because I needed to fill up my space a little bit, but also I have so many beads. I am willing to trade these away, but also they're only $1. So if somebody has they paid $9 for something, I don't have anything listed for $9. But if it's not even, and they just want to throw one more dollar at me, I can just give them one of these, or if they want. If not, that's okay. This is also giving me ideas for HHN in general, because I am, as you guys saw my diatribe earlier, I'm a huge fan of Halloween Horror Nights. What I have been doing, because I have them on separate sides, well, this one's not, but most of my booth is cornering in. I'm writing out I only needed one. That's okay. I'm writing out these. For most of them, I have 2 of them so that I could put one on each side. The dangles, I only needed 1 too, now that I'm looking at it, but it's fine. I have the card. I keep on losing the cards for some reason, so I'm always having to rewrite them. I need to do a better job at keeping them. Okay, so the thing is, with these, I'm not going to individually attach a tag to them, whereas with my bigger items, I kind of want to keep the tag on them so that whoever purchases from me can remember where they purchased it from, because I don't put my label on anything because I don't have an official label. And then on top of that, I think it's tacky. Sorry. I know a lot of people, if they're a fashion designer, they want to let other people know where they got the fashion from. However, I'm super underground still, and I probably will always be underground. I don't see myself ever hiring people to help me with my stuff unless I get really good at sewing. Then maybe I'll outsource the cutting portion or something. But outside of that, I'm not expecting to ever outsource myself. So if you find my stuff and you really enjoy my stuff, please take advantage of it when you see me. Not that anybody needs to be encouraged to purchase from me. I just want to get my name out there, really. But I'm not trying to become this big household name. That's not going to be something I ever do. I'm way too disorganized and way too neurodiverse for that. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that these are my new candy singles going onto the table. Yippee. Okay, this bag is full and ready to go at the very tippy top. It's great. I am nervous, not going to lie, that this is going to eventually break, but maybe once it breaks, I'll just find large fabric and then just sew it up myself or make one. But I love that it's clear because I can see what's inside of it and know, oh, this is the market bag, as opposed to these bags right here. I can't see what's inside them. I mean, I can look at the top, but like, I can't remember what's in there. I'm gonna go put this in my little box that I bring with me to the market. And then I'm gonna go organize this yarn because now my husband's awake and my dogs are definitely awake and they're gonna be confused that they can't come near me because I have stuff everywhere. We're back in the kitchen because my husband's awake now and I don't want to bother him. But we've got 2 bags full of trades. This is going to be finished projects. And this is just yarn. I want to get rid of all this yarn in here. I went through, pulled out all the Sweet Snuggles Light because I do use the Sweet Snuggles Light and there is an opportunity for me to use them maybe eventually. But this is all basically blanket yarns and Sweet Snuggle regular. I'm never going to use that. There's also some like chenille in here, I think. I don't know what kind of yarn that is. I'm never going to use that. And then others, but this is going to go in the pile somewhere. I'm going to have to take multiple trips and that's going to suck, but you know, whatever. I have one more bag that I need to pack and that's my extras bag. So I'm going to go do that real quick and then I'm going to find a space for these. And finally, we have this bag. This is all like extra stuff. It was a bedsheet bag. So, oh, going back to this, I want to, if anybody wants to trade for all of it, I have extra plastic bags in there because I'm willing to just give all of it away at the very end to a crochet, like amigurumi artist, because I do not want it in my house anymore. We're thinking about moving and it's not probably going to be for another 2 years, but I do not want this yarn in my house. So the faster I get rid of it, the better. Going back to this is stuff that I might sell. Sorry, you guys aren't on a stable ground or anything, but this is stuff I might sell if I sell out of something on my booth. So it's going to go in my box, but this is a like last minute sell stuff. So some of it is like my rave berets and all the glowy stuff that never moves, but it's something to at least fill and people can look at. I did lower the price. There's bandanas up here. They're my Picot Stitch bandanas. Those ones I had priced at $25. I think that's one of the issues. And then on top of that, because it's neons, a lot of people aren't into wearing neons, which makes me very sad because I love wearing neons. I love wearing pastels. I think I just love colors in general. If I have it at $20, it's more likely to sell. So my thought process, and I kind of talked about it, I think, but hold on, let me pee before I talk about something about HHN. What was I talking about? No, was it HHN? What was I talking about? Thought's gone. Hold on, let me go watch the end of that last video clip. It wasn't HHN I was talking about. It was my pricing. So my thought process with pricing is that for my bigger ticketed items, did I talk about this? Maybe I did. But with the larger items being more expensive, it's more of like oh, I really want this type of deal. And that way I don't have to make as much because honestly, my shrugs sell so fast. I mean, they don't sell so fast, but every shrug that I've made sold faster than I was expecting it to, as opposed to some of my smaller items. And I was hoping that the smaller items would move because they're much easier to make than my bigger items. And same with my shawls. The shawls probably need to be priced up a little bit because not only is the yarn more expensive, but also it takes a very different skill set to be able to make virus shawls like the ones that I make. So anyways, that's why I lowered the price. If I can get those moved, I can bring more stuff onto my table that are more up my alley because I'm really learning what I want to sell and what I want to display and all that. While we're here, I'm going to talk about this little mirror that my husband got for me while we were at H Mart last night. I saw this mirror and it was a blue one, but then I looked back and there was a purple one. This mirror, hello. This one, like you can sit, oh, you can hang it too. Oh, that's perfect. I don't have anywhere to hang it at this market, but you can just sit it on the thing and then just have people look at it, or they can pick it up and look at it, which is great. I do have a hand mirror, but it's tiny. So I want people to be more comfortable with trying stuff on and being able to look at stuff and being able to like see themselves and like at different angles and all that. So this is a new item for us and it's very, very cute. We also have these little bracelets in here. I might put them in my trades bag. I mean, actually, I might just keep these for HHN because I am a trader for HHN. So if you see me on the streets, don't come up running at me because I'm very socially awkward. But if you want to trade, I will probably have something to trade with you. I'm most likely going to give these to the cast or the team members, but I'm willing to trade with other guests. Just don't be mad at me because I'm socially awkward, okay? All right, I'm going to pack things up so I can hang out with my husband. We're going out to dinner in 3 hours, so maybe I should take a shower. I'm probably not going to do much with my look. Yeah, I just don't feel like it because I'm going to get ready for my market on Saturday. I gotta pack this up too. Oh, there's so much I gotta do. So the restaurant that we were going to go to it keeps on pushing back its opening date. So the first day was supposed to be July 7th, and then they pushed it back to July 14th, and then they pushed it back one more time until July 25th. So it's not open, and we don't think there's a soft opening because this seems really fishy. We couldn't find a menu, first of all, and then when we finally found something, it was Facebook, and the Facebook was like not good. They posted their flyers on there, and they're all AI. It's all AI. So it's like, okay, there's no food or pictures of the food on the menu. Or there wasn't a menu. That was another issue. So we think they took, because it's like a franchise, we think they took some pictures from another franchise's menu, but it's not really a franchise because the other ones aren't the same. I don't know. It's really weird. So anyways, we've got Bojangles and we've got Chipotle down there, and we tried the Blueberry milkshake. Bowberry. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about Halloween. This is so freaking good. Shocking. I'm always thinking about Halloween. It's just so fucking good. Oh my god. And we also, what else did we get?
It's salty. Like it's got like
salty?
It's got like a good salt to it. So there's salted blueberry. That's very tasty.
It's so good. Like he specifically reminisces the peach milkshake. Do you think this is a good replacement? It's not peach. No,
it's not a replacement, but it's good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
I'm gonna keep on calling it blueberry because I think it's
cute.
It's blueberry flavor. Because it is blueberry, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was like,
I think so. The last time when I looked it up, I was like, what the hell is a bowberry? And they're like, it's a blueberry.
So we got that. We got biscuits. And what was the other one that you ended up getting?
I panicked. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, we definitely blackberry cobbler.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was like it was like $1.50. It's like a blackberry, even if it's like 2 bites, it's like blackberry cobbler, $2.
Yeah,
$2. Yeah.
And if anything, we could just freeze it and put it in the freezer. That's where you put the freezing stuff. That's how you freeze stuff. I'm not going to tell you guys my Chipotle order. It's not as exciting. It's just Chipotle. What do you mean, Fortnitemares? Like, I knew it was coming. I'm in speculation, whatever. What do you mean their merch is the best merch that's come out for speculation time or announcement season? Like, hello? Wow, I did a pretty decent job at not blabbering on this week, so yippee! We're at the end of the video where I normally talk about everything we made this week, and Mr. Apollo is worried because his father just went to work. I guess I'll just pull most of the stuff out because a lot of it is already packed for the market on Saturday. Today is Thursday. Oh my god! Lucky for me, I have a friend coming with me to my markets, and they're gonna be hanging out. I did ask them to let me try to run it mostly by myself, but I'll bring them along just in case I need to use the bathroom and they can mingle. It's going to be a long time to mingle, but yeah, I'm very excited. Anyways, let's get back to the subject. I may or may not have finished this on screen. I don't know, or this week or last week, but I did finish the base of this. I need to figure out what else I want to do because honestly and truly, I do not believe that I like doing not embroidery, but appliques, crochet appliques specifically. I don't like looking as red as I am. Okay, there you go. First of all, it takes a really long time to do crochet appliques. And then on top of that, I just don't like the way that they look. You guys saw it in the last video or in this video at one point. So this is done. For in this bag, let me actually pull it out because I don't think I've actually shown y'all, but I have been working on it actively. Kind of. I was able to cast off the back portion of it, and I don't remember if I told you guys that I did that or not, but the back portion is cast off, the sleeves are cast off, and I'm at the point where I can start casting off the front, I think. I'm really, really nervous about how this will come out. Excuse you. But I'm at that point where I can start doing it, and I might do it soon. Who knows? Not me, because I have anxiety when it comes to knitting because I don't know enough about knitting to actually do anything. So if it doesn't look good, oh well, it was a learning opportunity. And I know it's like a huge waste of yarn, but that's one of the reasons why I do markets is so that I can make money back. It's not necessarily to like become a huge fashion designer. Like, I would love to become a fashion designer, but like, to become a fashion designer, I need to sell the fashion that I make, you know? That one's almost done. I just got to have the spoons to cast it off and take it off. I did get quite a bit of work done on this. I don't think I'm going to, I know I'm not going to finish this by Saturday because I just don't feel like it, to be quite frank with y'all. What else do I have on my desk right now? I have a lot. I got my strawberry bows. No, that was already done. I got a bunch of spiderweb bows done. I think I may have talked about that last week. That's all packed. I didn't do any of the lemon bows at this point. I don't think I'm going to. Oh, I have a bag over here. I got 3 of these little moons done, and then I was able to at least do the star base of this done. I don't have the colors for the other 2 colors, or for the other 2 stars that go on this right now, but I will once this market is over, because I will be making an order through Lion Brand, and I will probably be ordering more glow in the dark yarn, as in the DIY cozy yarn, because I think that it won't be enough. I only have 1 skein of each colorway that I liked. I don't think it will be enough for what I'm working on right now with this. I don't know what it's going to be, but these little squares, I think it's going to be more like a bolero or like a over thing. I don't know how big I want it to be. For sure, I want to do like 3 across, 1 here for the shoulders, and then 4 down. I just don't know if I want to keep on going lower. It really, really depends. The lower I go, the more like shaping I want to do, and that's why I'm like struggling on what I want to do. We have 4 in this pile, and then we did start working on this one, but I started getting annoyed. You can see, that's funny. I was getting annoyed because I was working on this while editing, and like I have to put it down every time I need to like cut out something. And then on top of that, the yarn I'm using right now was a ball of yarn that I had wound up, and a lot of it's just like short pieces cut up. So it's really frustrating going through that. What else do I have? I finished the Spiderweb Berets for the market, and I finished all the mushroom berets for the market. Those are all packed away. I am not digging them back out. I'm so sorry. I did try to kind of start doing like a coffin bag. I have the bag down there of how I've been frogging that yarn so many times, and I need to get a cake binder in the future, because I think that will be extremely beneficial for me who likes to start projects and frog them. I think I've gotten pretty decent at knitting at this point. And like, honestly and truly, although I keep on like making stuff not look good, that like sounds mean, but that's the truth. Because I keep on making stuff and frogging it, I'm learning a lot about how my tension works, how comfortable I'm getting, how to hold my yarn, all that stuff. So I can't say that I'm mad at myself for frogging all of it, but I am mad at the mess that I'm making because I'm frogging so many projects. Last but not least, I hope that's all, because I don't remember everything that I talked about in this video except for HHN and the bowberry milkshake. We've got this. I keep on jumping between wanting to make this a top or a bag. I think I'm settled on making this into like a sweater. I'll get around to it. I think knitting is one of those, like, I'll do it in the background. And I think one of the reasons why I struggle too with knitting is that, like, I have enjoyed doing the knit purl stockinette, or I don't really enjoy garter, but I enjoy stockinette quite a bit. And it's just relaxing to me to just be able to do it. So I don't think I mind too much just knitting and then frogging to keep my hands busy when my brain is just not ready to be creative with crochet. I think that's the thing. I don't think I'm necessarily wanting to be creative with knitting, at least not yet. I don't know enough about knitting to be creative with it. Whereas with crochet, I'm extremely creative. That's where my art is focused. Even sewing, I'm not that creative. I just take patterns that I just mix together. I have like 1 pattern that I made, and it wasn't even like a pattern that I made myself. I took the base of another bat wing collar and I just made it bigger. So it's not necessarily my own, but it was me learning how to kind of expand. I think that's it. I am sorry that I'm confusing everybody with my upload schedule, because I'm also confused, to be quite honest. I want to be better about not being confusing, but I think that's going to be fixed once I get back to work in 2 weeks, maybe less than that. I definitely still want to keep on doing the music stuff. I just got to get better about not doing things on Mondays. That's the thing. Like, if I'm doing something the day of my upload, I'm not going to end up doing anything. That's another reason why, like, last Thursday, I had gone out with my husband to Universal, and that's the reason why I didn't initially get it uploaded the day that it was supposed to go out. And then on top of that, I was like fighting between whether I wanted to make it public or not. This is a much shorter video than most of my videos, and I want to try to keep it that way. I'm going to try to be better about it and stop going on rants. It's really hard though, so please forgive me for anything like that. The next time y'all will see me is my market vlog. I will try to get that out as soon as I can after the market. I don't know if I'm going to do that on like a regular schedule or not, because my brain is going to be mush afterwards for sure. I just got to figure out how I want to do it. Maybe I push it back a week or something, like the Saturday after. It's something I have to think about whenever I get back to work. But right now I'm not at work, so I'm going to just think about crocheting. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry again for being confusing. I'll see you guys soon.